Morning, it's the night ministry. If anyone's home, we got food, we got rags, medicine, nurse on board, social work, help with your IDs.
During these challenging times, the night ministry's mission will not change. We are called to provide housing, healthcare, and human connection to the poor and homeless. That is it, period. This is our mission.
The initial lockdown hit our homeless population real hard because they normally panhandle for their daily income, and overnight that dried up. There was no foot traffic. That meant they had no food, they had no way to get it. That was a very scary time for them because they're not getting mass media. They knew there was a virus, but they didn't know what that meant.
Keep them warm so they don't freeze?
We were scared as well. We didn't have the information on what this virus does and how it's transmitted so well.
Need any food or medicine? Come on out, y'all. Good morning.
We didn't know what to expect if people do get ill. We were wondering, are we going to bring this home to our kids? Are we going to bring it home to our parents?
When the state gave us the notification to close down, it definitely impacted the homeless youth that we serve because they depend on drop-in centers. They depend on us to operate. Imagine like living in a 2-bedroom apartment with 21 young people and trying to social distance and trying to feed them and also give them services. How are we going to do this? How are we going to maintain a staffing of 24/7? How are we going to provide food? And can we do it?
I panicked for all the people out on the streets, particularly when it was so cold out. And my first thought was all the volunteers that came to the night ministry to serve meals and how was that going to be handled?
There's some real nice hoodies over here.
Our primary goal, keep the doors open, keep the wheels on the bus turning, keep the outreach teams on the street, but to do so in a way that kept everybody as safe as we possibly could. That was the biggest challenge.
We knew the need was there. The people we serve are the ones who've fallen through whatever safety nets our system has. Our system isn't built to serve these folks. They're very much forgotten about.
Night ministry, good morning. If you're awake, come on out.
As a team, we kept coming in and getting the job done because we were passionate about our friends out there on the street.
Okay, what did you say, you fell or were in a car wreck or what happened?
Nah, I got attacked on the L.
No one on our team is going to say no if they think that they can help somebody in that moment and that they have it within their ability to do one more step, to make one more call, to make one more trip, to stay out a little later. They're going to do it. We work so close together in already a stressful situation. When you add the COVID response on top of that, we fostered a real love and connection to each other, a real dedication to each other's safety, which is important in the work we do.
That's what the doctor ordered.
The only way to get through it is to work as a team. And as you know, there is no I in team. It was really amazing to see how the youth programs team at the night ministry really came together to help us. And we also had senior management offering to come in to do shifts. So it really was an all hands on deck approach.
We know people who are out suffering. So our decentralized approach to providing services out on Street Med allowed us to really react very quickly during the COVID response.
When they call us back, that's when you just talk to the doctor on the phone.
So right off the bat, we rolled out a pilot project for being able to use telemedicine when we're out on the street in the moment.
So if you have any other psychiatric issues, they've got doctors that will help you with those medications right on board.
You're able to bring a resource to treat opioid use disorder and to do psych med management. You're hitting two of the major reasons people end up being homeless. Telemedicine is so perfectly tailored to help those people get the help they need.
We pretty much quarantined inside together. Our supportive services department helped us come up with innovative games and programming for the youth. And it was really important for us to still offer things that we would normally offer. Literacy programming, whether it's financial, we still were able to do that, but from a different lens.
Yes, the night ministry did move to a new headquarters during the pandemic, and we also moved one of our shelter programs to that same location. It was odd because in the midst of all of the chaos, the move itself was a reminder to us that there's hope that things need to keep moving forward, that we will survive and we will get through this, and we'll be around to use this new building.
When I walked into the crib for the first time, it was like finding a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It was everything that I expected to be. It was very emotional. It's like buying your first home and you have your keys and you get to move in and you get to see what you worked hard for, and then you get to see the expression on the young people's faces when they see it. A lot of bathrooms, and there's like a computer room, and there's a space to just go and sit down and have a cup of coffee if you want to. And so just to have all of that, it's so rewarding. It just makes the work you do so worth it.
People are good, and people care, and people love, and people act compassionately. And we cannot do our work without that love and that compassion of those who stand beside us.
In the darkest initial days of the pandemic, the outpouring of support is just overwhelming. Community members, individuals, making hundreds and hundreds of sandwiches. They would just deliver it to my doorstep. There were times I had to fill up my entire car and bring it in and take it out on the street. When you're exposed to sometimes the uglier side of human nature, the angelic side can be very overwhelming and a wonderful reprieve.
Our volunteers are very dedicated and they're passionate about the crib.
Because volunteers were probably not going to be face-to-face with clients, I decided that I would support at least once a week a meal from my family. My decision was to cook some of them, but more importantly, to support the local businesses in my neighborhood. And I went to them and I asked them to prepare the meals for me. It was just super important because I knew that volunteers were not going to be on the front lines with the people in need.
We've learned a lot during 2020, this year that has been like no other.
You need something out of the man? Food?
We continue to be reminded and learn about the resiliency of those whom we serve. That despite the pandemic, despite the chaos in the world, they are survivors. And that resiliency is an inspiration to us.
I am so grateful to work in an organization that values its employees, that values our clients, and has a mission statement that we actually live by and create our programs by. I've been given professionally the freedom to explore and grow different options and grow the program in different ways.
And if you need us, this is our cell phone.
I'm just grateful to have found a place in modern day medicine that allows me to do that.
I would say on behalf of crib staff, my outreach team, and just all of Night Ministry, to our supporters, our donors, our volunteers, that this could not have been done without the support of those individuals. We are extremely thankful and happy to have that support. It is our foundation. It is the heart of the Night Ministry.
The experience of the last 8 months has taught me with regard to gratitude is how fragile life is and how fragile the world is. We can only strengthen ourselves through that fragility with the help of others. And when that help comes, when those individuals are standing beside us to prop us up, to assist us in our work, that's gratitude. That instills in me a sense of gratefulness like I've never felt before.